Well, you had you admitted this, really bad takes over the years.
Yeah.
You said Steph Curry was just a light skinned JJ Redick.
Bad,
First came into the
horrible.
league. How do you feel about that now?
It was horrible like the fucking first year. Like, it's just, like as you know, when you're an NBA player and you're watching a draft, right? You're in there. I mean, I'm a player at the time.
Yeah.
Right? So watching a draft, and then I'm just like, oh, I remember Tracy Mills is, Chris Mills is our brother. Tracy's in the fashion world. He tells me, yo, man, Steph is about to be that one. So I'm watching the highlights. He was like, that's a great pick to Golden State. And then I'm watching, I'm like, man, that's just a light-skinned JJ Redick. He was like, nah, hell nah. He's about to torch. So the first time I seen him, and I'm like, yeah. Yeah, he's a lot better than, what I perceive. So that first encounter, I even actually had a great game against him. Right, it was one of my last 40 balls, right? It was against a rookie Steph, but it was a different, like he was very different from that rookie year. He had like 20-something, but I'm like, yeah, that's not the same.
Well, yeah, I mean, I thought the Warriors were going to trade him at one point, and he took like a pay cut, and he just wanted to stay on the team.
Mm-hmm. Like, I don't know what was happening, but he had
so
bad
something
ankles.
Changed.
He had bad ankles that they got him for a bargain, and then once he got the ankles under control, I mean, he was dynamite. But I seen the glimpses of it when I first seen him. Like, he moves different. It's just different.
Well, I mean, on your show, you and Rashad were arguing, and Rashad said that Steph is the third greatest player of all time. Would you agree?
I mean, greatest. I mean, yeah. I mean, when it comes to greatness, I mean, you can't take away Kareem, Magic. Will, like, that becomes an argument in itself of top three greatest of all time, because now it becomes like body of work, everything you put into the game, right? And, that you can argue anybody on any list with that. Now, when you talk about what you was naturally born with and what you maximized out of it, I mean, he can say, I mean, so we understand what I'm saying. What you're naturally given and what you got out of it. So you're talking about a 6'4" guard who had no jumping ability, really had no speed. It became hard work, dedication, perfecting something, meaning you had to basically sacrifice all your childhood to sit in the gym and work and wanting to be great. And that's what his documentary says he did. He can argue he is the greatest pound for pound player that ever lived.
Pound for pound? Yeah. I think you're absolutely right in that regard. Yeah.
Right. So, and that's how I look at things, where the gods, you're talking about the Wilts, you're talking about the Magics, you're talking about the Shaquille O'Neals, right? You're talking about the Michael Jordans, you're talking about the LeBron Jameses, the Greek the Freaks, right? The Wemby's. Y'all supposed to be greats, right? You were born with the greatness. You were born with the advantage over everyone, right? So when you have a Kobe, when you have a Jerry Rice, you have a Mayweather, you have a Steph Curry, you gotta factor in that these normal people compared to who they're going against, they're considered normal. And they really fought for everything they got. You have to, that has to be factored in to part of the greatness of it, right? When you talk about Mayweather, you're not talking about someone who was built like Ali or built like Tyson fucking at 15, right? There's heavyweights right now that didn't have fucking Tyson's physique when he was 15 and he's a pro. So, you got to really factor in that, the hard work of these guys put them in that conversation.